What's going on, everybody? Jada Black here, back with another video. Shout out to everybody that is tuning in. I do appreciate that. Before I get started in the commentary, I just want to remind you to subscribe to Jada Black live streams too. That link is inside the description box. It should be the first one that you see. I also put it in the comment section as well. All right. As well as follow me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, where you can get notifications. All right. Now I want to talk about Robert De Niro. Apparently, he had a meltdown after leaving divorce court proceedings. And, you know, he was melting down because he could not find his driver. His driver who drove him there wasn't in the spot, according to this Page 6 article where he thought he'd be. I guess he didn't want to have to deal with the reporters. He wanted to get in and out. So I can understand that. But I think the bigger picture of this situation is that these divorce proceedings is probably a lot more stressful than he thought it would be when he divorced his wife. And that's how it is with marriage. And you know, even though I think Robert De Niro is a very good actor, I don't agree with him being a super panderer and this super I hate Trump, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it is what it is. If you don't like Trump, you don't like him. But he's been one of the main people out there with something to say about him. But his own life is in shambles right now. And this is the way that he acted outside the courtroom reflects that he has a lot going on in his life and he's deflecting onto other people or projecting. And that's what happens. You know, when people go through things, they project onto other people. You got people who are cheaters themselves and they will project their insecurities onto other people and call them out. This is why you have the female best friend who's constantly trying to get her friend to divorce her husband or break up with her boyfriend, and she's claiming that he's cheating on her or, you know, mistreating her when she's with the guy who's doing that to her and she knows it. But she's projecting because she doesn't want to live with the reality that their life is in shambles. Okay? Their life is in shambles. So, according to this Page 6 article, Robert De Niro showed he can still be a raging bull Thursday as he had a meltdown outside a Manhattan courthouse, screaming at his driver for not showing up at the right place. The Goodfellas actor went nuts while frantically searching for his missing driver after spending the entire morning in court in his divorce case with estranged wife Grace Hightower. You're not in the front. You're not where you dropped us off, De Niro squawked into his black LG flip phone. Shout out to the people still using flip phones, aka the trap phones. Anyway, outside a 60 Center Street as he shielded his face with the paper. The driver appeared to respond on the call, but De Niro, who was flanked by shutterbugs, wasn't having it. On Worth Street, then you'd see all the photographers there. You're not where you dropped us off, he continued railing. His lawyer meekly offered, let's go back in the building. This is ridiculous, the Oscar winner scoffed as he marched towards the back of the courthouse. Meanwhile, tourists whipped out their cell phones to snap photos of the Manhattan-born star. Take it easy, Bobby, one shouted. De Niro and Hightower had just spent hours in a Manhattan Supreme Court where their lawyers holed up behind closed doors to hash out their divorce. The soon-to-be exes were married for 20 years, are fighting over custody of their 7-year-old daughter. I think that De Niro may be going for full custody to avoid having to pay child support because she may be seeking child support more fiercely than she is maybe spousal support. Maybe that's a given. Maybe they've already agreed on that. But what it seems to me to be is that in this situation, they're hashing out the divorce, but the custody of the child is something that De Niro probably wants more than anything. And what she's going to use against him is the fact that he is an actor. You know, he's in movies, so he's constantly filming in different locations. She can use that against him. You know, that's why in a lot of these situations with these celebrities, the women get the custody because they're able to say, hey, I'm able to be with the child 24/7. But then you see these women on Instagram traveling to different countries, going on all these different vacations, but they have full custody of their children, or they have primary custody of their children, but they at all these different locations. They're always out and about. You never see them actually spending time with their kids, going out places with their kids. The only time you see them with their kids when they're at home, but you never see them out and about, you know, having quality time with the kids, using the child support money that they're getting on the kids. They're using it primarily on themselves to fund their lifestyle so they can go out and look for another guy. So I just think that De Niro, I think he is dealing with the stresses of a decision he made 20 some odd years ago to marry this woman. Okay. And they do have a daughter together, but this isn't the first time he's been married. But I think a lot of times when you're in Hollywood and you get married, I think it actually benefits your career. So I think that's why you see a lot of these celebrities, because it also benefits you as far as being marketable. Tiger Woods was very marketable because he was married and he had kids. Okay. There are brands that want to sponsor you, but they'll do it only if you present a family image. And I think that's why you see guys like Robert De Niro still get married when it may not be in their best interest. Because you know that if that marriage doesn't work out, you're going to have to pay this woman off. He's going to have to pay this woman off. She wants primary custody. She wants to be able to milk this guy for all he's worth, and he knows it. That is why he's melting down outside that courtroom, because he understands that this woman could literally financially control him for a long time. Robert De Niro is an older man with a 7-year-old. He is an older veteran actor who, during an argument with his now ex-wife, and I did a video on this about 2 years ago, he said that the reason why he's in a lot of quote unquote shitty movies is because he's trying to help fund her business. So that's why you see him in the movies that you see him in. That's why he takes the roles that he does, because he was trying to help her fund her business. And they still end up getting divorced. Now that was him 2 years ago, basically alluding to the fact that his money is running dry, trying to help her. Now your resources are going to be divvied up in a divorce proceeding. Child support. There's a couple different ways she can get money out of Robert De Niro. So when y'all see these people like Robert De Niro, always in the media, always talking about other people, talking about how bad of a guy this person is, he's this and that. Look at their lives. Their lives are not all that is cracked up to be. They are projecting their own issues onto other people. Some people need to deal with their situations before they're so critical of other people. I see that so much on social media. All these different people got everything to say about everybody else. But look at your life. Look at what's going on with you. Why are you trying to play the moral police to everybody else? But your situation messed up. Your situation is very flawed. But you constantly have something to say about other people. When you choose to marry, you're choosing to go down a very slippery slope. You don't need to marry a woman to prove how much you care about her. Women know that there's no downside to them getting married. That's why they seek it out. Listen, if you want to get married, that's on you, but make sure you choose somebody, okay, who has their shit together. They're not going into it being destitute. They're not going into it needy, because I guarantee you, once you sign that paperwork, once you get into that situation, once they are tired of being in that situation, they will divorce you. And they will be able to take what you worked hard for themselves. Because again, there's no downside to marriage for them. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts.